What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to get into Corey going in on Megan Thee Stallion about Tory Lanez. He's also going in on the lawyer, Shawn Holley, which was the lady trying to railroad him. Corey knows best, so let's get right into it.
Wow.
Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Now I probably get static for saying that. I don't go around lying on people.
Right.
Unfortunately, all kinds of people lie on me. I be laughing. I be like, damn, don't y'all see that shit ain't stopping nothing? We got pictures of the lines of Ontario.
when you lie on them, what disturbs me, well, not disturbs me, but people who lie on people consistently, I don't think they ever think the truth is going to come to the light. I think that just think they could tell a lie in a dark corner and it's going to stay in that corner forever. Eventually, you will be exposed, whoever you are.
But when you get exposed, now wickedness is accepted. They said Meg Thee Stallion was sitting there drinking like she ain't bothered that these new allegations have come out that they lied on their brother Tory Lanez.
Oh, yeah.
And she act like it ain't shit.
Right.
Because this is somebody who, in my opinion, I've never heard nothing good about her.
Right.
I'm talking about people who know her. And I'm not saying I know a lot of people who know her, but I know Texas. From what I understand.
I know Tory.
You know who?
I know Tory.
Look, I tell you what. I met Tory Lanez one time in the Beverly Center.
Oh, when he said the thing about the name, when I messed his
You
name
said
up.
Tory Lanez. A lot of people say that, D. In your credit, a lot of people say that.
Well, I think it
They
sounds
read the
flyer
name.
too, though. I really do think.
Of course you think it sounds flyer, because you was wrong. But I'm saying, the brother walked up to me and he spoke to me and he was like, what's up? If you need anything, just call me. I swear this is what he told me when I met him. That's why I've always been, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When women who are loose and project themselves as these housewives starter kit type bitches, when they talk, I get frustrated.
Housewife starter kit. Yeah.
Yeah, these housewives starter kit bitches. I be like, man, what is this bitch talking about? People be like, you ain't never heard this song? I was in the car and this bitch played some Meg Thee Stallion on my YouTube. I got so mad. I was like, you throwing off my algorithm with this sucker shit.
I was gonna keep popping.
I don't listen to that sucker shit about what a bitch lying about. Somebody put you on, they got your face and body fixed up. You ain't shit.
Nope.
You look like a boy bitch without all that shit on, goddamn. Shut the And now I brought her up to make a point.
Big one.
These motherfuckers did the ultimate lie, it turns out.
Man, there's so much in that case, Corey. Tory Lanez is about to get probably more money off a lawsuit than he ever made doing music. And they
Suing who? The state?
What? Check, man. You don't.
You know the lawyer that railroaded him is the bitch I was talking about. That was after me.
Remember, I told you his people wanted him to call in and talk to you live.
We're gonna have them call in and talk, not because all this came out. I had to make sure that my case was rock solid against the crooked what is her name?
Shawn Holley.
Shawn Holley. I can't say her name like this unless I got real evidence of her doing wrongdoing.
Do you know?
It's just, I'm not rich as them niggas, but she still don't like my message, so the bitch tried to railroad me, and now you told me that stuff about the guys. Craig, I don't know if you noticed, I was trying to put together my case.
Yeah.
Now my case is together against this crooked, wicked lawyer bitch named Shawn Holley, where it's going to drop. This bitch tried to destroy me. It's just nobody really believed it.
And you are, dog, you sharp, because she got two.
She what?
She got two. Got him in jail, and I forget the name of the other dude. I sent you the paperwork. He got 3 Grammys. She got him in jail doing 5 years. She
Really?
got what? I sent you the paperwork on it.
Yeah, I need to look that
She
up.
I couldn't get into it then, Craig, because I was trying not to fuck up my case.
Yeah.
But now I have talked to who I need to talk to, and this is a scandalous, lying bitch. A lawyer is probably the most cutthroat out there.
Man,
What they capable of doing.
Man,
Because what this tried to do to me is just, it ain't a lot of money in robbing me. She probably just want to see me jammed up in the system.
yeah.
But it didn't work. I told you, because I'm a soldier of God. I am a soldier of God. When you try to get me, I walk right into the light and the shit bounce off me like it ain't shit.
Oh, don't walk into the light, Corey.
That's a
Why not
car.
walk into the light, D?
It's a saying, you know that.
Oh,
Like when you fell, I was like, don't walk in the light. If you see a light, don't walk into it.
that's your theme of life, D.
No, I'm saying we don't want you to go, silly. You know what that means,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Don't go
yeah,
to the
yeah.
light. We didn't want you to pass.
I go to the light. The light actually comes on as I'm walking through the dark. When I'm in the darkest places,
Oh, you mean?
all I got to do is move forward, and I know the way will be shown for me.
you're
That's what
saying
I'm talking about. I don't know what
radiate
she's talking about.
That's a
But I'm just saying, yeah, it was real with me. And I'm going to drop this case on this evil woman who, you even said it, she's railroaded people in jail.
Dog, from what I heard, I'm not gonna say.
I don't know the bitch. I never met the bitch in person. But the evidence I have against the bitch, I want her to try to act like it's some fake shit. Do you know if you ain't got your evidence stacked right, them lawyers can get that shit thrown out of court before it even get to court.
Right.
So we had to make sure the evidence was stacked right. This is a lying, fake.
Man. They did Tory dirty, dog.
I heard what she did to Tory. And the reason, like I said, I didn't have all my evidence stacked. Now I got all my evidence stacked. I would love to talk to Tory's people or whoever those other people were you were telling me, because maybe we can all come together against this.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody tripping off no Meg Thee Stallion. Get your lying ass out of here. That's how she really look. She look like a bitch who fight bitches.
Oh gosh.
I need her for security. I don't need to hear you dance and rap. Shut up and fight this bitch, drunk hoe.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, she did some cold-blooded lying, man. That's the part where I'm like, if women lie on a man and he has to do jail time, if that's overturned, they should have to go do that time. Because she know who shot her. And Tory is so solid, he didn't tell.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he didn't tell. But the thing is, when they only took his DNA and it was 3 DNAs on the gun. They didn't
I heard
even-
about that.
They didn't even test Meg. They didn't test the chick who actually shot her. Her best friend is who shot her because she was fucking Tory.
Fucking hoes.
There you go.
Man, they did some foul shit. And then there's some.
Allegedly.
Then they saying is I can't.
Darlene always taking up for bitches. That's all I got to say.
I'm-
You always
Wait
take
a
up
second. I'm
for the
not wor-
raggediest
Here we
bitches in the
go.
game.
I'm not saying for you. I'm talking about Craig, silly.
No.
Oh my
You
God.
said allegedly
I'm following
right
him
after
to say-
Craig made a point as if you was taking up for the bitch.
No, I meant allegedly for him to say it after he said all those things. Oh my God! See you, wow.
Allegedly came
you
out-
are just way too much. That's.
She could get
ridiculous.
mad all she want. If
I
you
am in
want
that
to.
case because that's not what I meant.
Okay, whatever, D. Allegedly. You
Jesus
said allegedly
Christ.
for what,
because
though?
I wanted him to say the things.
You
that
wanted
you're
him to say what
saying.
you wanted him to say.
No, the things that you're saying, you still have to follow with allegedly.
Okay, what did he say that made you say allegedly?
A lot of stuff. I'm just saying a lot of detail in that case.
Well,
You
there was
still
a
gotta
press
say that.
conference. There was a press conference
still
last
have
week.
No,
to
let him
say
stay.
that.
Let's get to
Oh
the
my
bottom of
God.
this.
There was-
Since we
Not
on this.
For her, I'm not. Okay.
There's a
whatever.
press
Wow.
conference last week.
He is
and
on one.
Somebody I'm very cool with. I'll introduce you to. They're in the comedy world. They own a law firm. They own a law firm, and their law firm they specialize in getting people out of jail who've been unjustly convicted of crimes. So they're getting Tory Lanez out of jail, and so
They're
they've
working
been
on his.
yeah. So what in the press conference you can see this is a live press conference. You can watch it. They talk about. I'm not going to say the name, but they're implying somebody higher up paid old girl or somebody she deals with to take information from him, because she was a part of his defense.
Talking about, I know what you're talking about. I know about this. I just couldn't say nothing because I'm finna come at the bitch.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me keep my mouth shut then. But yeah, it's a lot of.
Oh, you can say it now. I got all my evidence.
Okay, yeah. Watch that press conference, man, because they railroaded this brother, and it ain't right. And if she has something to do with it, she needs to pay the piper. This man was just stabbed 14 times.
Well, it was a hit.
It was a hit, but I'm saying, no, he shouldn't even be there. He shouldn't even be there.
And in regular population, too? That's
That's
not right.
crazy.
That is very crazy.
Well, he's in the, I can't say that. I know more. Yeah, but he, yeah, it's cold
But
blooded.
Darlene, so why did you say allegedly?
I'm saying that
Corey is stupid.
after Craig was saying
You
all
know
that
why
stuff,
she said it, fool.
you got to follow with allegedly. All the stuff that he's saying that
Why do you have to follow with allegedly?
Because it just saves your ass. What do you mean?
It saves who ass?
Your ass, Craig's ass. When he was saying all that stuff, I said it
What?
allegedly.
Craig,
like, in other
what-
words, like,
what
don't
Craig
let it-
said-
Don't forget to say that is what I meant.
What Craig
When he
said
saying
was facts, right? Did you
But
did
it's
you
not
say
changing
something
yet. It's
that's
still going.
opinional?
No, this is just all public information. It's all public information.
But it
it's a
hasn't
press
gone to court,
conference.
but they're working on a case.
Right.
Don't want anything to get messed up. But okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is all. Hey, this is all just what I'm repeating what the lawyer said in the press conference. I'm not saying that I can't make a statement of fact because I'm not involved with the case. This is just the information that is divulged
It's
to
just
the
always
public.
safe to say it, but
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is this. This is the point I'm trying to make. You said what the lawyer said, but it wasn't allegedly. This is what the lawyer said.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See,
got you. Yeah.
I mean, we did a show about the old
So if I'm gonna give my thoughts, I've always thought Megan was full of shit and lied from the beginning because she lied from the beginning. In the very beginning, she said she stepped on glass, and then she changed her story to Tory pew-pewed me all of a sudden. But Corey and them, I think they laid it out pretty much. She was instructed to do what she did. I don't think she had much of a choice. She signed to Rock Nation. If you Jay-Z and Desiree Perez, I'm sure, are pulling the strings and telling her what to do. We'll play some of this press conference, and I'll end it with this.
So with that, I would like to bring up our lead consultant, Mr. Walter Roberts.
Morning. We are here today to bring to your attention some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory in Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out. But given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, that he's allowed to go home and recover. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Shawn Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm, gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Pete, did not shoot at Ms. Pete, or did not assault Ms. Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson. even though unknown DNA was found on the gun? Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. It is Unite the People's understanding, regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that, anybody who's there, the DNA is taken. Another irregularity. Why, at Ms. Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member record company executive allowed to participate? Highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Gianno Caldwell, the media member who was working on that op-ed for the New York Post. Thank you.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Meg, Tory, Kelsey, prayers to you guys, man. Because all this was completely unnecessary. But I do hope Tory gets out. Because I really feel like he didn't do anything. Or he didn't do what was said to be done that night. I've been Jay Stat. That ain't this. Peace.